Hi guys, I'm Dr. Jenny White, a dentist in Sarasota, Florida, and her fearless patient Susan with our podcast, Open Wide, Unfiltered Opinions Between a Dentist and Her Patient. Over the past 25 years or so, I've been sitting in a little room talking to myself all day, and I've gained a lot of wisdom through that process, which I want to share with you. We hope our podcast casts optimism and fearlessness to you so you can rise to the top, stay at the top, and dream bigger than you've ever imagined.
We're thrilled to have Suzette Jones as our guest today. Suzette is a serial entrepreneur, lifelong thinker, lifelong learner who has built businesses across industries from design and media to agriculture and beauty. But her most meaningful creation came at midlife. As she approached 50 while juggling startups and single motherhood, Suzette realized that her life no longer matched her definition of a good life. So she did something brave. She took a personal inventory and consciously rebuilt it around what truly mattered to her: love, nature, creativity, learning, and time. That decision led to an unexpected joy, finding the love of her life, leaving a high-stress career, creating Charmed Valley Farm, and ultimately launching Charmed Valley Beauty. Today, Suzette is passionate about working with women and to understand that it's never too late to choose differently, and that a meaningful, beautiful life can be built one intentional step at a time. And I love that line because it's so true of all of us who are striving, but most importantly, so true for you. You and I met maybe 15 years ago when you first came to town, starting what I knew to be your first entrepreneurial thing, but it wasn't. It was probably like your 100th. You started a gym in town. So let's pick up from that point and then move forward. And want to spend a lot of time on Charm Valley Farm and your botanicals, but start with when you came to Sarasota.
When I came to Sarasota, it was actually 30 years ago.
Oh, woo!
Yes, I was here for half the time that you've known me with another business. I was living in Washington, D.C. and engaged at the time, and he wanted to start a business in the golf industry.
Okay.
And I grew up in a very traditional patriarchal family and society, and the men played golf. The women went to the spa and the pool.
Okay.
I mean, I had never driven a golf cart. I had never done anything, but had been starting businesses. So I knew how to have an idea and make it real. That's what I call starting businesses. And we needed to be in Florida for this opportunity. So I had never heard of Sarasota. I just knew I didn't want to be on the east coast of Florida, so I was going up and down the coast looking for a place, and I pulled off of 75 for dinner, and that's how I found Sarasota.
Oh, I didn't know that early part of your story. That's interesting.
So we got married, moved to Sarasota. I said, well, I did not want to move to Florida because I had moved to D.C., and I love D.C., had moved there from Arizona, and I could not wait to get out of Arizona. Everybody was old and, all of that.
Retirees.
And that's what I thought Florida would be too. And so I said, well, let's give it a year. I'll help you get this up and running, and then I'm going to go back and do my things. And ultimately, we came down, and it needed more work. And unfortunately, pretty early on, I knew it was good on paper, and I had married a really good guy, but he wasn't the good guy for me.
Okay.
We were not the right fit, but it was my second marriage. And I was like, there's nothing bad. And so I just started getting busy. So I took this golf business nationwide so I could travel.
Oh, fantastic.
Because I could truly appreciate him when I wasn't there.
That's
and it
smart.
didn't make me face it.
Yeah.
So I'm a really good runner. Yeah. Sometimes I run and get busy, or run and travel, or whatever, so I don't have to face what I know I need to face.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So I came here to start entertainment golf, and it was all tournament services, hole-in-one stuff, all that corporate and charity things.
Okay, and then you sold that business and moved on to the
Then I moved on to a shopping center redevelopment, and when I sold my share in that, is when I started the fitness.
Unbelievable.
Because I fell off my 2-story warehouse and broke both feet and was in a wheelchair with a 1-year-old going through divorce. And I went through all the PT and everything, and I could still barely stand, and that's what got me into the fitness world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now you know how I got
now
there.
I know. Okay, I know that early
Wow.
part of the story. That's fantastic.
There's always a reason for the businesses
yeah,
that
that's
I do.
true. And there's always doors that open when some close, another one opens.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so then take us from there, and let's move into the botanicals, because this is the really interesting part of the story.
Well, I call Charmed Valley both Charmed Valley Farm, Charmed Valley Beauty, and working on Charmed Valley Home right now. I call them my accidental businesses.
Yep.
Because when I was 50, made these changes, and they included breaking up with someone I had been with for 5 years because, again, was a good man, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And I had been so good at this running and compartmentalizing, and, you know, I had my girls' home. It had me, my daughter, our girl cat, and we even had I call my adopted daughter a ballerina who rented a room from me. It was the girls' house. This person I was with for 5 years, I never once invited him to spend the night in my home. I mean, I would pack my bag and go there. And I just really kept it compartmentalized. So I realized I wanted a full life. I wanted all the parts to fit together. And so I ended up ending that relationship because, and it took me a while. I knew in my head, but I'm really, it might seem from the outside that they're drastic things that are done suddenly, but I'd been doing things along the way. So about 6 months prior to ending that relationship, I'd started implementing things that really just sort of was dissolving the relationship in my heart and my time and where I spent my energy and everything. So I had made room, and some friends found out that I was single, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you have to meet our friend. He's going through divorce. You guys have so much in common." On and on and on. We had lived less than a mile from each other in downtown Sarasota for 20 years, had all these mutual friends, had never actually met. We can pinpoint a time that I handed him a sponsor package at an event that I was working, and he can pinpoint a time he handed me a cocktail when he was volunteer bartending for a friend's event.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we know this happened, but we met, and our friends knew us so well that they were right. And they were the things that you don't always think of to look at.
Yeah.
And that, it just sort of fell in line with my priorities too.
Yep.
We spoke the same language, all this. And he's 18 years older than I am. So he was getting ready to retire. I still had a media company at the time. And it just felt like I was bashing my head against the wall. It wasn't effortless. And that's what the relationship was feeling like. It was just effortless. I was me doing what I wanted, being appreciated for what I wanted. And the media company just wasn't happening like that. So I stopped. I just shuttered it. I just closed it. And we started a little nonprofit together. And then we decided we were both just too hot here in the summer. So we were traveling and, doing our little adventures. And he comes from a big family too. We're both one of 8 children. And he's from Michigan. And there were 3 states in this country, including Hawaii, Alaska, Puerto Rico, everywhere I had never been. North and South Dakota and Michigan. And he took me up to Michigan to meet his family, and he took me on the whole tour. I mean, I saw the whole state, everything. We toured a tractor collection because I wanted to.
Yeah.
And we stayed at this really rustic cabin by the river with some friends. The next night, we are at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. I mean, I saw everything. And as we were talking about places for a vacation home to get away from the heat here, I thought, well, why not Michigan? There's a reason we have to go there. There's always something that we have to do for one of our families, and we're not doing summer in Arizona. And northern Michigan, his family doesn't live in northern Michigan. They live in the Detroit suburbs, but it's a vacation place. They would go up there. So we started searching there. Close, but not too close, Mm-hmm. Everybody has their own life. And rolling hills, surrounded by water, woods everywhere. Just fell in love with it. And we found this place, and it had a red barn. It wasn't a farm. It wasn't anything, but it had a red barn.
Oh, it didn't even have any pastures or
Nope.
anything? Oh, my gosh.
Nope. I had to
Okay.
remove 30 maple trees for
So
my
you
flower
actually had a
fields.
vision, like you understood that this was going to be a flower farm,
Yeah.
and you understood
Well,
right from the beginning.
We
Interesting.
signed the real estate papers to make the offer on our drive back south. And as soon as we hit the send, I'm Googling highest net profit small farm. It was drugs or flowers.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And marijuana is legal
kind of
in
a flower
Michigan,
anyway.
but
There
I don't
you
like
go.
the smell. My daughter is still kicking me for not choosing
know.
that.
Your
but
kids, you would be the most popular mom in the
yes,
world.
Yes, I would, but I like flowers better. So
Okay.
that's what started it.
Okay, so you buy the farm, and now you've got how many acres?
20 acres.
20 acres.
But
and how much of
15 are woods.
Okay,
So I only farm on about 2 acres,
okay.
maybe 3.
Okay.
And then about 5 are living areas, are outbuildings,
Yeah.
the home, all of that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
And then how do you choose what flowers to grow? Because you had a vision of what oils you were going to make.
No,
and-
I
you
wasn't
didn't.
doing oils. I was doing none
okay.
of that.
Well, tell the
None of
next
that.
step in that story.
Okay, so I first out of the bat, I thought, I'm only here in the summer, so I wanted something that was a perennial that
Yeah.
would continue to grow, and then I wanted something that I could plant by seed. And so I started sunflowers and lavender. And lavender, those bushes can last 40, 50
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
but it takes 3 years to start growing a crop.
Right. Okay.
But I knew I didn't want a flower stand. I didn't want to, because I was valuing my time too.
Right.
And I didn't want to take away from my time with my husband.
right.
So,
So these are just pleasure. Like this was just going to be pleasure in the beginning.
well, I knew if I was going to do it, because I can't do anything and
Yeah.
not justify it.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to make something, but I thought the best model was to distribute to florists, because instead of needing to sell to hundreds of people, I could sell to maybe a dozen,
Okay.
and I could sell a lot more
Yeah.
to each one.
Right.
So that was my original plan, but I didn't even know if I could grow them. So the first 2 years, I practiced, and I was only growing sunflowers and lavender first. I had a big kitchen garden in the front, and I didn't know how. I still don't know how to do anything small. And that first year, I had over 10,000 tomatoes, and I had over 1,000 pumpkins.
Oh my God.
Everybody's getting a pumpkin for Christmas.
Yeah.
I was taking deliveries to the food bank twice a week because it's just me and my husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I channeled all of my family's history is Mormon.
Okay.
So I have reached back into my heritage. I learned how to can and preserve.
Oh, good.
I know, and my family's business was frozen foods, frozen vegetables.
Oh,
So I know,
so-
and my grandpa and Birdseye, I think it was Birdseye, invented flash frozen vegetables.
Oh my.
So, during World War II, I think. I hope I'm
Sounds
getting
about
this
right.
because all the metal needed to go to war efforts.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how that all came along. And our
Interesting.
family's business freezes under everybody's label. Like when you go to Publix, that's what we do.
Okay.
Where Birdseye does their own label. So when my grandpa, it was Smith Frozen Foods. My dad, who was a dentist by training, but a born entrepreneur, had been saving his money looking for a business, and my grandpa was in the agriculture cabinet under Eisenhower, and he needed to sell because he was never there. And my dad said, well, I'll buy it. So it went from Smith Frozen Foods to Jones, because my dad's Jones, and then my father died very young, and it went back to Smith. And uncle took it. Yeah.
Wow.
What a
Yeah, so
What an
I started
adventure.
freezing my vegetables. I just felt like I was really getting in touch with this history too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did all of that, and through experimenting, lots and lots of trial and error.
Right.
And also the florists hated sunflowers.
Oh.
That's their last thing they wanted.
Is that like the daisy of florists? Like why did
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
They're hard to work with because they're usually a thick stem.
Oh, right.
They're
yeah.
called a
You can't put 'em
dirty
in
stem.
bouquets too easily.
Right. It
Yeah,
has to
yeah,
be
yeah.
a very special type of sunflower. It's called a dirty stem because it has a little fuzzy on the side, so it gets your water all mucky.
Oh.
And they're just heavy.
Yeah.
They're not. If you think about the weddings and things that you see a lot of petals.
Yeah.
You see a lot of softness, and they're not a soft-looking flower.
No, they're pretty hard.
Consumers love it because it's bright, and I love brights.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling my florists along for color, but they are also dependent on their customers too.
Yeah.
So I started expanding, finding out what they like and experimenting to see what I could grow. Again, I have not had a greenhouse, so everything is by seed. And
that you hand plant.
I hand plant.
Oh my God, Suzette!
I learned
Unbelievable.
so much. I hate all the weeds, and the weeds will grow and the flowers won't. So
do you have help, like farm help? No,
not
you do it
so
all
far.
yourself. Oh, good for you.
That's coming. That's coming.
My husband now has 4 tractors, though.
Yeah.
He loves doing that kind of help.
Oh, okay.
But because I didn't want to do all this huge weeding, I experimented with weed tarp that is permeable. Now my 2 fields, you look out and it's just always manicured. So I roll it up, and there are holes cut in them.
Good
So,
for
yeah.
you.
So
I know. Look at us. We have some
trial and error.
Well, Suzette, what's interesting and what's striking me about your conversation today is you have the entrepreneurial go-getter, I'm going to get it done.
I want to learn. That's it.
And coupled with a big heart.
Oh.
You are a huge hearted person.
Yeah.
Well,
and
thank you.
You're going back to your roots. You're getting back into
Yeah.
the family stuff and flowers and with the love of your life. I mean, this is just a beautiful story of how women can have it all, be entrepreneurial, go get it, yada yada,
Yeah.
and not lose their heart
I think
in the process.
you're using the word heart. For me, it almost feels like coming back to myself.
Yeah.
And that is heart, soul, spirit, whatever. It is how I looked at it. And every time I would do something that would remind me of my grandma or remind me of somebody I heard of in my family or whatever, it did something to me. It felt like I was becoming more me. And
Beautiful.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah. This is just beautiful.
I do want to get back to the products and then how people can buy the
because there
products.
is
but
a
let me-
story how that came
Yeah, I
up.
want to hear that. But let me ask a question first, though. Do you think entrepreneurs are born or can they be made?
I think that there is a innate trait that entrepreneurs have. I think a lot of people have these traits, and it hasn't come out as entrepreneurship. I look at it as I never took any business classes.
Okay.
I have a dual major, fine art and
Yep.
physics.
Okay. Yeah.
There were so many jobs waiting for me. I
Yeah.
was a flight attendant when I got out of college.
Yeah.
But to me, it was the perfect combination. So if you think about the minds and the personalities of people in those fields, fine art, it taught me how that when I have an idea, it taught me how to figure out how to make it real, how to either put it on paper, how to sculpt it, how to paint it, how to build it, whatever it was, from an idea. That is entrepreneurship. That's creating a business. The next step of true entrepreneurship is testing it, finding out what doesn't work, and reiterating, doing a new version, and not feeling like the first time, if it fails, you're a failure. That's just part of building a business.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know with the
most life
podcast.
lessons are in failure, actually, the better.
Absolutely. And it
business lessons.
teaches you what will work.
Yeah.
And in physics, it was the labs that, you have a theory, you test it, and usually your first theory does not work.
Mm-hmm.
And you tweak it a little bit. It doesn't take you totally off-road. You do these little steps at a time until it works.
Yeah.
And that's entrepreneurship to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can teach it by helping those people that have these kinds of minds.
Yeah.
Somebody who is creative and wants to make it real, thinks outside the box, and somebody who likes to test it to make it work. And a lot of artists do that too.
Yeah.
So
Did you all know, I just had a college-age gal in the office, and you can major in entrepreneurship now.
I know that now.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Wow.
I
That's
couldn't
great.
believe it. I thought, this is Fabulous.
I know. One of the things on my experience is I helped launch an initiative called Big Bright Ideas on the Gulf Coast with the Gulf Coast Community Foundation. And my job was to go into colleges and kind of be the support to college students who were interested in entrepreneurship. And they're the ones who told me that there's a major. I'm like, really?
Oh, that's
I would have
great.
told you
That's
to go to
actually
fine art and physics.
Yeah,
you know?
right,
So,
right.
you know, there is now there's sciences about it. There's proof.
Right.
And maybe it was around when I was in school, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So, all right. So back to the product. So tell the story. Yeah.
So in 2020,
Yeah.
you know, that big year of COVID,
year, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was 55 and watching what I call the science experiment happening in the mirror, because that's when things, like, for me, that's when things really started showing up. Like, what is this spot on my face?
Yeah,
or what's happening,
Yeah.
this gravity, what is going on?
Yeah.
And so I was, you know, trying all these different skincare lines, and I had found one I really liked, and I couldn't get it anymore during COVID. I couldn't get it at the stores. I couldn't get it shipped. I couldn't get it. And I think it was some Asian something that my daughter had found me. And in that research and discovery for the flower farm, I had been learning, because I'd go on a morning, I do walks in the morning, and my 1 hour walk would turn into 5 hours, and I'd come down the driveway with my arms full of clippings that I didn't know what they were, and I'd spend like the next days looking them up and researching them. Well, in that research, I had learned that hyaluronic acid, retinol, all these different components that I was spending a fortune on in my skincare line naturally occur in some flowers.
What?
So here I am during COVID.
Wow.
I can't go out delivering. All the events are closed. I'm in my kitchen cooking up batches for me, trying to find something that works for me. And trial and error, of course.
Yeah,
I found I made some hot messes there too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I came up with something that I experiment. I'm always my guinea pig. I'm always the tester. So I came up with something, and it was more potent but more gentle than what I'd been using.
Interesting. And you
comes
know it was
holidays.
more potent because you were...
It was, I could tell. Like,
fantastic.
I had little sunspots. They were gone.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I was getting rosacea. It went away.
Oh, my.
I had no more breakouts. I mean, it was, and I'm lazy when it comes to beauty. We were talking about getting our hair done and all. I'm lazy to go make an appointment. I'm lazy for the upkeep. We have this wonderful mutual friend, Joni, who is such a great example in always maintaining things. I mean, she always looks
We're going to
it
have her
too.
on. Yes,
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I am not that. If it's not simple, I don't do it.
Okay.
So I found something that has all these multiple uses. It's great moisturizer. It is a healer. It prevents things. It protects against the UV rays naturally.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's an antibiotic,
This is a
antifungal.
miracle.
It's got all of these things, and it's in our flowers.
And it's one product.
And it started. I called it my miracle serum. That's what I called it at first, and I was so tickled by this that I put it in little dropper bottles, and I gave it to all my sisters and my sisters-in-law for first. That was the first Christmas gift, and they ended up wanting to get some to give to their friends. Their friends started giving it, and I got a call from Japan. And a woman said, I have this bottle, and a friend gave it to me. How can I buy this? I'd never sold it. I'd only given it to people. So I'm like, well, I guess I better get a website. And that's how it started.
Unbelievable.
And the branding and all this has gone through different iterations. And it's now called Flower Oil Face Serum.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is only a Suzette story. I'm
Yeah.
telling
It should be.
you.
It should be called God in a bottle.
It should be.
God
It should
in a
be.
bottle.
It is. You could drink it, and it would be good for you.
That's
There are
awesome.
4 simple things. And at the same time, I don't know if you have experienced this, but I know a lot of women my age, I'm now 60, they start reacting to things.
Mm-hmm.
And I had put on 20 pounds in a month. I had to have an emergency hysterectomy. And so it was all hormone. I didn't do anything different, eating, exercise, everything. I used to own a health club, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
I knew how to maintain my weight.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. And my skin was doing weird things. My hair was doing weird things. So I started experimenting to find out what things were doing to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because I was getting older and more mature and starting to notice it, that there's a cause and effect. Oh, when I eat this, this happens. Mm-hmm. Or if I was reacting more. I tend to think as we go into that middle life, we are more sensitive.
Yeah.
Because, boy, I made up for my Mormon upbringing and drank a lot in my 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
If I have a glass, I will have a headache for 3 days.
Oh,
and I now know that that's what's causing it. Doesn't matter if I overdrink. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the alcohol, and it's something with the sugar, too.
Okay.
So I now know cause and effect. Do I still have a cocktail? Yeah, but it has to, I choose.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a good tasting cocktail.
It has to be worth it. If I'm going to have a drink, I'm going to have my bourbon, or I'm going to have really good wine.
You're not going to pull out a Schlitz.
No.
Right.
No. I don't waste my time that way. Right. So, I was already experimenting with what I was putting in my body. And so I started experimenting what I was putting on it too, because we have so much in our world that hurts us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell folks where they can find your products, Suzette, because you're going to be a mad rush.
I'm going to open one of these.
Yeah.
Let's open the gifts.
Yes. So it's charmedvalleyfarm.com.
Okay.
And these are the Flower Face skincare line.
Okay.
Adorable packaging.
Thank you. This is that magic serum.
God in a bottle.
And 2 years ago, I launched the Flower Water Face Toner.
Okay.
Because I was looking for something to be able to spritz on that was refreshing, that also had some extra healing things. This is hydrosol. Do you know what hydrosol is?
No. I've never heard of hydrosol.
You know what essential oils are.
Right.
So when it's a distiller, just my husband calls this my beauty hooch. Because I now have a clean room and I have a distiller in there. And I grow everything that's in here, because you can buy hydrosol, lavender hydrosol. It's an off product. When you steam the lavender, the steam turns back into water as it cools.
Yeah.
And oil weighs less than water. So it sits on top and they siphon that oil out, and that's your essential oil.
Oh.
The water goes down. That is hydrosol. In France, they don't use rubbing alcohol or anything as an antiseptic. They use lavender hydrosol. Mm. It has all of the antibodies, everything. So I have multiple botanicals in this. There's amaranth and clary sage and lavender and all sorts of things, but they each have their little quality. So I call it my beauty boost here. Mm. I spray this all day long. Mm. And
okay, I feel like I'm on the farm with Martha Stewart right now.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. My idol.
Me too.
So at night I have in this is the duo pack. There is 1, 2. There's 2 steps. Soon to be 1, 2, 3. But as I said, I am the guinea pig. I tried to launch a cleanser, and it burned my skin. So we're not doing that one.
Yeah.
So right now it's 1, 2. I'm still testing cleansers. So I use a mild cleanser right now on my face and spritz this on. When it's still damp, I do a dropper full in my palm of the serum, face, neck, and chest, and then I do my hands. I'm a farmer, so I do this because it brightens your skin. It takes away those sunspots.
Interesting.
And it protects and moisturizes and does everything. So I use this for so much. In fact, if you follow me on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Charm Valley Farm, I'm always finding new ways to use these. I have a travel duo set that are refillable. Uh-huh. I carry them in my farm pants because I am so allergic to certain bug bites. And I found there's something called a black fly that is coming out of the soil always during planting season. And they go for your face. If I get a bite near my eye, I look like the Elephant Man.
Wow.
I
Oh,
mean,
no.
like within
Oh, my.
within an hour, and it lasts for days.
Oh,
I mean, I
jeepers.
am deformed. I have pictures if you ever want to see that.
Oh, my gosh.
But if I don't know which one it is, as soon as I feel it bite, I spritz this on, put oil on. It doesn't do anything.
Interesting.
I
Wow.
don't know what it is. I don't.
It's the earth.
It's nature.
It's the earth.
It
It's
is the
nature.
magic
Nature,
of
that's
nature.
exactly
It
what it
is.
is,
It's
yeah.
the magic of
It
nature.
is. And I joke that I wish I could say that I invented the magic behind here. I did not. It was nature. What I did is my trademark is the formulation, because there's nothing added in. I call it farm to face.
Yeah.
Hashtag farm to face. You could drink all of it. It would be good for you. It might not taste so good, but I preserve it. I don't use high heat. I don't add chemicals or fillers. I don't use preservatives. So in here, it tells you there's a shelf life of 1 year if you keep it in a cool, dark place.
Yeah.
You don't have to refrigerate it.
Okay.
But just like your oil, if you keep it in your cupboard too long, it'll start smelling rancid.
Yeah.
That's this.
Same deal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have 1,000 questions. So how many flowers does it take to make a bottle like that?
Okay, the hydrosol, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
And I distill it.
So I guess my
beauty
next
hooch.
question is, as you grow, how are you going to ramp up? Are you going to buy
Well,
more
the oil.
fields, or are you going to
No, I can grow
outsource
enough for the
growing?
hydrosol.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, because hydrosol, you use all parts of the flower too.
Okay.
I can use all of it. I'm at that cutting
Yeah.
edge right now. A few years ago, the serum got to a point where I could not grow enough because
Yeah.
I come to Florida for half the year too. And I was pressing my own oil. I was doing all of it. And luckily, the products that are in this, the flowers that are in this, I can buy from suppliers the
good.
individual elements and then combine them
Okay.
with my formulation. The hydrosol, I can't because nobody creates hydrosol with some of the plants I use.
Oh, okay.
So I've toured and interviewed different cosmetic company fulfillment houses. The serum, no brainer. They can create this for me with my own recipe and my own requirements, and bottle and ship. The toner, I've talked to distillers about doing it. There's a great little distillery up in northern Michigan called Gypsy Vodka, and if you're listening to this, twins, you're on my list to talk to this summer.
Oh, good.
I was going to say Anheuser-Busch in one hand and the spritzer in the other.
Well, Gypsy Vodka, they have a great story themselves. These twin boys, I call them boys. I think they might be 30 right
Yeah.
now.
They're boys.
They're boys. And they have done a great job and they distill vodka, gin, they've got the whole deal. So they have the facility to do this. I would still provide the botanicals. But for now, I don't know.
As you
Or
think about
I would just
scaling
buy
up,
a
that's
bigger distillery
yeah.
and hire out.
Yeah.
Hire people to come in. And that's what I decided to do with the serum right now is I built that clean room and I bring in help when I need, because I do all the packaging. I do the design. I do everything. I do the website because it was my accidental business. I didn't plan it.
Yeah.
So I'm having to learn. I'm not good at delegating either because it's all up here and it's such an effort to get it out.
Yeah.
And to give
It's easier to do it yourself. Yeah.
It
I
is.
get
And
that.
that's a real challenge for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it is for a lot of people, but that is a shortcoming for me.
So are there other things folks can buy, like soaps or any?
Not yet.
Right now, that's the product.
Right now, this is
Okay.
it. It comes in different ways. It comes in the full size. These are both full sizes. And if you use it regularly, that's a month's supply.
Okay. And then since it's
You
so
can
close,
buy the duo. You
Yeah.
can buy a travel size duo, and I call that the gateway drug.
Oh,
Because
okay. You're
it
hooked.
comes with
Then
a
you're
little bow.
hooked. Yeah.
And people give those, and then
and there
Right.
you go.
Yeah.
So it's very close to Christmas. Do folks still
Yes.
have time to order, or
They
is
do.
that
They
window
do.
of opportunity closed?
if they ordered today, it would go out tomorrow.
Okay.
And so it just depends. It's U.S. mail.
Actually, as we're saying this, this probably won't air until after Christmas, but we'll be close to Valentine's Day, so they can order right away.
Valentine's
for
Day.
Valentine's Day.
It's a good New Year's thing.
But
for
what
yourself.
what about just buying it?
No, I know.
Like,
I just
want
for
to
sure.
buy it.
And
Are you kidding?
I have
This
a
is
special
amazing.
going on right now that because people buy for gifts.
Yeah.
And if you buy 2, you get 10% off. If you buy
Okay.
3, you get 15% off. 4, you get 20%
And will
off.
that hold for a while because this will air a little
totally
little
the
bit
rest
later.
of the
Okay.
month,
Oh,
and
good.
it seems like my customers really like that. I might keep it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's free shipping throughout the month because it's I was from the fitness industry with one of my business. That New Year, New You. Skin is part of that too, and making a commitment to not using artificial things on our skin. That's part of that. So I might continue running it into December. I did want to open up to your listeners, and I need to know when this will air, and also, do you keep it up there? Help me develop it. I have a gift that I want to give a code, and the code will be OpenWide.
Okay.
But it's not in the computer yet, so wait till this evening to do this. If somebody buys anything, any of the flower face, whatever, they get this gift, and it's a gua sha stone. Have you ever used a
love
gua sha
gua sha
stone? I
stone.
do too.
No, I don't
Yeah.
know what a gua sha
And
stone is.
I should have brought
fantastic.
one.
It's
It's
this
a
flat-
Korean.
Yeah.
It's a rose quartz stone, and
Thingy?
it's shaped. It's not the roller. I used it. Almost looks like a heart. It looks
Yeah,
like a
it's
cute little
shaped.
typical heart, but you need something under it, and this serum is the perfect. Or it will pull your skin too much. What it's doing is it's draining your lymph nodes.
Okay.
And when I drink alcohol, I get little puffies here. And not only does it help drain that, but it also helps tone your
Contour.
muscles.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it every day. I do it like twice a week maybe. And it's sort of this meditative massage thing that you do yourself.
Sounds lovely.
It is. It
Lovely.
really is.
So back to the offer. So if somebody types in
OpenWide
on your website,
on Charm Valley Farm, and they buy anything from the Flower Face skincare line and use that code, I will throw in a gua sha stone,
okay, fantastic.
which comes with instructions.
Suzette, that is
Yeah.
so sweet.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's so
but
nice.
give me a day to put it in.
we will. We'll let you
It'll
know.
be in
right
what's
now.
today's
and everybody
today's date?
click buy now right here.
There you
on the
go.
screen.
So starting December 20th, because
Yeah.
that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So starting to December 20th, I will do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fantastic. How else are you getting this word out? Because you really have an amazing product here. How else are you
It
getting
has
the word
all
out?
been word of mouth until about a year and a half ago. I was invited to do this women's weekend, and it is an amazing thing. If you're ever in Northern Michigan in November, a great entrepreneur who also has a podcast. Her name, or her company's name, she's a florist, is Sweetwater Floral in Walloon Lake. And if you Google that and go to her website or social media or whatever, you can find the podcast, you can find all sorts. She started doing workshops teaching wreath making at Christmas.
Oh, how nice.
And COVID hit, and she couldn't do her workshops anymore. So she pivoted and started shipping them out to people who wanted to do it in their intimate groups that it was like a kickoff to the holiday. So fast forward a few years now, she now hosts Wreath Fest at Boyne Mountain Resort. It's a full-on weekend for girlfriends. And you're sitting at a table in a convention hall. She's on stage. There's balloons coming down from the ceiling.
that sounds
Women
like
are
fun.
dressed up.
I want to
there's
go.
It is
Susan,
so
we
fun.
need to do this.
It
Let's
is
do that next
so
November.
fun.
It's November, right?
It
Yeah.
is the first part of November. It was,
Okay.
I think, the weekend of the 7th this year.
Wreath Festival.
Wreath Fest. And she has a holiday market where where you apply, and she was a customer of mine. So I knew about this, and I applied, and she chose that first year 50 female entrepreneurs to be featured in her holiday market. There were 800 women who came from around the world to this resort for the weekend.
We gotta do it.
We've gotta
That was
do
a
it.
game changer. That's what took my
Your product
I
to
went
the next
global.
level. Yeah.
Because not only her 800 women, but Boyne Mountain Resort, you feel like you're in Scandinavia. It is the most beautiful mountain resort. There were people from all over the world stumbling into this holiday marketplace, and I get so passionate about this. I feel like my farming is my therapy in the digging in the dirt, and I'm in my own head. I don't have farm help. I'm on my hands and knees doing this. And so that's my therapy. The flower face skin care is my passion. I mean, I jump down the rabbit hole. So you get me at a trunk show or a special appearance, I cannot stop talking about this.
Yeah.
I can tell you all these other things that it can do, and
Yeah.
And all this magic of Mother Nature.
Oh, I'm so excited for you, Suzette.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, appearances, special things like that I got the word out. And then I did a market the first time last summer, a Wednesday market, and that helped me talk to people because I needed feedback from public. Everything was online.
Yeah.
So I love the special appearances and pop-ups.
Good for you.
I can't wait to get this on my face.
I know.
I really
We
can't.
have to do it in the break here.
I know.
There you go.
I'm going to go in the bathroom and wash our face and put your
I
product
use
on.
it on
I
my
love it.
arms. I use it. It's great cuticle oil.
Oh, geez.
And this goes, because it's a hydrosol, which it goes over makeup really well.
Oh, yeah. And it's a good refresher on planes, I bet.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I started doing. Well, I was always getting dry on the planes, and I was spilling this. I was spilling the oil. So my travel size serum has a rollerball applicator.
Oh, that's
And then
smart.
the travel size, this is still an atomizer, but it is really good on
Yeah.
planes.
We're running out of time, unfortunately. So we're going to have you come back. And
I was
talk.
going to say, you
Yeah.
have to come
No,
back.
seriously.
There's so much more to discuss.
Yeah.
Your journey, your adventure.
I'll come back
everything.
and show you how to do something.
Yes.
or whatever,
All right.
'cause
Yes,
I
that's
do.
great.
I know what we can do.
Yeah.
I have a what is it called? It's a workshop, and it is the Flower Face Experience.
Okay.
We can do.
We could do it
the
online.
gua sha stone.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
and
no,
how-
let's do
and it's
that.
a rice paper mask over this.
Yes.
so
Okay,
no,
it
that's
sucks
perfect.
into
All
your
right.
skin.
Before and
some-
after.
This spring.
Before and
yeah.
after.
In the spring.
in the spring or
Sounds good.
late
Maybe
winter.
before Mother's Day.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, that's a date.
My
We have a date with
florists
you.
across the country actually use my stuff as the add-on for Mother's Day flowers.
Okay.
The travel size.
You're on, baby. Last question. What advice would you give to young women who are starting out, who have an idea and they don't know what to do with it? It's been rolling around in their head for a little bit. What's your advice to those young listeners?
I say start small.
Yeah.
You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to invest a ton. Do what I did. Try it on yourself. Be your own guinea pig and share it with the people that you love and trust and listen to their feedback. And don't put the pressure on yourself. And I learned this later with these accidental businesses. When it starts feeling like you're hitting your head against the wall, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
And it might just mean you're approaching it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to step back and learn from something.
Yeah.
Don't try to make it how you think it should be.
Okay.
Don't try to
Force
live. Yeah. I am the only flower farmer I know who doesn't get up at the crack of dawn. That is not me. I'm a
Yeah.
late night person. So I harvest my flowers in the evening
Yeah.
when it's cooler at night.
And
Yeah.
quiet.
And you got to work with
your
your
own
own
pace.
strengths
Yeah.
and rhythms and all of that. So I would say be gentle with yourself and don't try to force yourself. Try. Just try one little thing at a time.
Yeah.
Well, Suzette, in closing, I am so impressed with everything you've brought to the podcast today. I mean, this has just been the best show. We cannot wait to have you back. And I also we appreciate bringing in women entrepreneurs and showing other females and guys how you can do it, how you don't have to force things, and you can have a community and a resource, and everybody can be there for everybody.
Yeah.
And as we always say on our show, we can all rise to the top, stay at the top, and dream bigger than we've ever imagined
Absolutely.
together while using fabulous products on
Well,
our
you're
face.
using what
In the
Mother
process.
Nature gave us,
Right.
right?
And that's a wrap.
Thank you,
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. We thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please share this show with friends and family and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This way, you'll never miss weekly drops. Stay strong, dream big, and floss your teeth.